breathing. Let's see if we got anybody out there. Yeah, I know. I sent a notice out for the first time today that I was going to do this, and I'm still trying to figure out how to take care of members. On Lesko Help, that's the most important thing. Is that if you join us, we don't charge a heck of a lot of money, and that's why I want more people to join so I can educate people about the government programs that are out there, and whether you use me or anything, but just to know that they're out there. We'll be going live. Please, your notification bell. Oh, yeah. Oh, Tammy, yeah, that's what that is. Notification bell. Yeah. Yeah, I see that's what I'm still learning Lesko Help too, also, because we started on Facebook, and that's where, and if you want to answer from me, go to Facebook, the group on Facebook. Say, when you belong to Lesko Help, you belong to both Facebook and Lesko Help 2. Lesko Help 2 is a little more complicated, at least for me. I don't know it that well, and how to take care of members on Lesko Help 2. We haven't figured that out well, so be patient with us because there's so many ways to leave a question. We don't know who's answering these questions some of the times, and so that's an issue. So on Lesko Help 2, we set up a special place to ask questions for us. And there's a place to ask questions for us on Lesko Help on Facebook, and I'm answering every one of those questions. So if you want to get an answer from me and tap into my 48 years of studying this stuff, I can't believe, man, I'm such an old fart. I don't know why you listen. An 80-year-old guy is saying how to get free money. Man, talk about the ultimate scam, doesn't sound like? But this is real, and this is why I do it, because people really can get help. I cannot guarantee everyone's going to get something. I mean, that's impossible. Nobody can. When you go out and look for a job, nobody guarantee you get the job. When you go nobody's going to guarantee you're going to win a game when you start anything. Nobody, or you date when you get asked. Life is that way. I can't guarantee. I only guarantee that these programs are real. Man, I've been studying these programs, and they are real. Now, sometimes people don't see what I see in them. In other words, there's a very famous program called the Urban Homesteading Act that I used to always use as an example of, because that was housing for people. It's called the Urban Homesteading Act. But if you look at government documents and you see Urban Homesteading Act, and you say, God, it sounds like I'm going to be in the Wild West or something like that. No, it's just a term they use. And it really, if you read the details, it's really houses for $1. So that's what I do. See, I take these programs, and the government calls them something, and I see different things in them that you could use them for. So that's why people say, well, I'm hyping people. Well, that's fine. And you have to use hyperbole to get people's attention. And that's important. And the way I cover myself for all that is I will always give you your money back, all your money back, every penny, nickel, dime. If you think I overstated, you could easily say that. That it was unfair to you or something like that, or didn't treat you right. I'll never argue and just give you back whatever money you get. Man, it's only $20. What am I going to spend 10 minutes arguing with you? I can make you happy for $20. That's a simple equation. So I'll never do that. And my biggest point in life is to educate people. And to make sure more people know about these programs, because they're there. And oh man, see, what I see is that the rich use the hell out of them. They're using the hell out of these programs. So that's why I want to make sure everybody knows about these. Okay, let me get into the topic I want to cover today. A lot of people say, well, hey, I have no money in my bank. What do I do? Or I have bills I can't pay. What do I do? Okay, so you're sitting there waiting for a windfall or whatever it is. Okay, what you have to do is, I have a listing here. I put it in if you remember, you got a link to a report that shows you the grants to help you for this. Okay, so anybody who's, why don't I see the chat? Why don't I see the chat? Must be there. Why don't I? Are we chatting on? There you are. Okay, yeah, I see it now. Why? Oh, yeah. I see you, Tammy. I see you. Charity, I think I owe you an answer. Monster report. Yeah, Tammy. Tammy, okay, yeah, if you could feed the people, there's two things. There's the meta report and the monster report and the mini report. So the mini report, if you're a member, there's a link to all the mini reports, and that's by state. So we have a mini report for every state where there's about 500 programs for your state. But what I also did when I sent out the notice on this, and I sent an email also to all the members, and in there was a report, a special report on what to do when you don't have money in the bank, and how you're going to take care of problems, how you're going to take care of your debt, how you're going to pay your bills and everything. So I have a step-by-step program there on what to do. Okay, let me go over that so you have a little sense of what it is. Now, the first part is to make an appointment with a financial counselor. These are free financial counselors that are paid for by tax dollars to help you fix your credit and any problems with that. So help you get your bill collectors get rid of and all this kind of thing. You want somebody to take a look at your situation, because they'll be able to see obvious things that you should do right away, things that it's going to take a long time to do. And you know, they've been doing this, they're helping thousands of people every day, week, year, whatever, as long as they've been doing this stuff. And they could, you know, like I can, here are the 5 best things to do to get grants on something. Well, for your debt, after they see 100 people every day who have debt problems and have found out the ways to solve these, they can say, oh, that, and they know exactly. Sort of like the guy who comes in to fix the toilet. If they haven't fixed it for a while, if they haven't fixed it before, they have to go on YouTube and watch the video and go buy the tools to fix the toilet and all. Well, no, a plumber, yeah, I've seen this 100 times. You just do this with this wrench. So you make an appointment with these people first, okay? And it's all here in that report that I sent you, okay? And if you don't have it, ask for me, ask for it, okay? And probably Tammy even has it. Tammy, that's the letter from Lesko report, you know, if you're there. Okay, now the first thing, after you do that, then you want to do is, there's 2 things. One is to work on your rent if you're a renter, and the other one is to work on your mortgage if you're a mortgage person. I have links in here. There's an association that is called NCSHA. Yeah. NCSHA. So if you're not a member, you could go to this association, NCSHA. And in there are 2 directories. There's a directory for every state that helps with mortgages. There's a directory for every state that helps with rent, okay? So you find, you know, whether you're a renter or a mortgage person, you find your state office for these. Now, this is not the only office for rent. This is not the only office for mortgages, but it's the main office for the national program. So this is how to find about the national program. We'll talk about how to find the local programs on both of those after that. So that's how you find out where to go for the national program, okay? And then you contact them. Now, how do you contact them? You call if you can. You go to the website, look at the website, and see, you know, if if it's very clear, whatever. But if it's not clear, and if you don't think you're eligible, you call to make sure. Okay, if what you read seems like you're not eligible, don't take your stupidity as an answer. You really don't know. We don't know. These things change all the time, especially now. And these things, the money is coming and going out of this. So you try to call. Now, it's going to be a pain in the butt, if you call them, because they have busy people. But that's okay. You stay on hold for 20 minutes because this could be $20,000 for you, So you wouldn't stay on hold for 20 minutes for $20,000. You should stay on hold for 20 days. So that's what to do. Find the national program. Okay, now then you want to find the local programs, and I have links there that show you how there's 2 local databases for you to check for local programs for money to pay rent and mortgages, and really a whole bunch of other stuff. But let's just stay with them, because what you want to do is find government programs that will help you pay your living expenses, right? And that's what these are. So that means you don't have to go rob a bank, right? Because these are grant programs to pay your living expenses. But you have to take the time and understand the process to be able to take advantage of them. And that's what this is, okay? So the 2 offices that you want to contact, they're really databases online. One is findhelp.org, and the other one is 211.org. You probably heard me say those a lot. So if you put rent in there, now if you put in rent, now I'll put in rent right now where I live. I'll put in find help. I like that one better, but I'm biased, so don't trust me. Find help, put in my zip code 20009. You can't see this, that's okay. I need a 3rd camera. And when I put in rent for my zip code, you have to know how to spell rent. That's the problem. I have a spelling deficit. 80 programs for rent. 80. I mean, that's what's out there. So if you called one program, that's 1 out of 80, right? And you call one program, most of us will call one program and they'll say, oh, you make too much money, or there's no more money. And you say, there's no rent money out there. I called, right? 80, you didn't call 80 people. No. So you can't say definitively. You can just say, well, yeah, I called and some people don't have them. Okay. That doesn't mean all people don't have them. But that's what you have to do. That's what this game is all about. Please try to learn the game, okay? Because otherwise you'll be sitting on a sideline. Okay. Also, remember, in rent and things like this, there's also down payment, deposit money. The government has deposit money to help you. They also have utility money to pay utilities. They also have moving money too. A lot of the mortgage programs have money to help you move, because if you lose your home or something, then the moving expenses money. They also have property tax grants to help you pay property tax. And that's available for free. There's loans to move into a new apartment. How do you like that? See, that's available. Moving to a new home. Utilities. Okay, I look. The report about utilities shows you there's 60 different programs in most every city of the country that helps you pay utilities. 60 different programs. 60. Okay? That's right. You'll call up 1 or 2 offices about utilities, and they'll say, no, we don't have any, or that program's out, or whatever. Man, look at that report and see how this is done. See what's out there. And you have to get on, and the best is call on the phone. Always call on the phone. Don't just think it's you just call 1 or 2 people or send an email. No, I mean, you may, and a lot of people do, I think. But if that doesn't work, you have to get on the phone. Please, because otherwise you're going to lose. You're going to lose, snooze and lose. And that's what happens out there. People aren't taking advantage of the stuff out there, or they're always too late because they're not looking in the right places, not looking hard enough. It takes work. And if you're not used to doing this, then it makes sense to you. Yeah. But me doing this for so long, I know it takes effort. And those who don't do that effort usually aren't going to get something. It's not a guarantee one way or another, whether you get it or not. But if you don't have it, you have to look at one thing. If you've been looking for grants now for a couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of years, or whatever, and still don't have them, that means you're doing something wrong, or you don't know what you should do right. But what you have to do is something different. You can't keep going back to Google and hoping something magic Aladdin will come out of the lamp or something and give you a big check. No, you have to do something different. It's crazy to keep doing the same thing over and over again because you just get the same results, and that's not working for you. So if it's not working for you, the live. So that's important. You have to change your procedure. Like anything. If you keep asking for the same thing and getting the same answer negative, you have to ask for something different. You have to learn different. And that's what's good about talking to people. That helps you learn. And that's sometimes the only way we learn is by getting beat on the head sometimes, because we're saying the wrong thing. But all those sources that I talked about are all right there. And actually, there's another thing I think you should do too, if you don't have any money, is make an appointment with your local career one-stop center. And I have that. That's number E, as in Edward. Make an appointment with your career one-stop center to see if they could help, because what they're there for is to get you to earn income so you pay your bills. Also, they know money for you to live on while you learn to pay learn to get more income to pay your bills. So they know about other programs, or if your car is dying or whatever and you can't get to work or to interviews, they help with things like that. There's so many things that they have with basic living expenses, because what they want to do is make sure that you're able to get a job and keep a job or whatever, and also train for a job. There's so much free money for training from these offices, and that's the careeronestop.org. They have training money. They even have money to live on while you train for a new job. So if you have zero in your balance, then contact them too, and make an appointment. Talk to somebody. That's how you learn. You can't learn a whole lot just reading what's on the internet. And these things change so quickly. The internet can't keep up on it. I don't know what the hell we did when we just had books that went out of date as soon as they were printed. Now the internet's going out of date as soon as it's up on the internet. So it's going to take some work on your part. And that's what we're here for. You can ask us 100 questions a day. Remember, on Let's Go Help, try to ask. We have a tab on the left-hand side that it's a ask your question. So I want to get the questions there. Or also on Facebook, you could go over to Facebook and ask me a question there. I answer most of those. So just start a discussion on Facebook and I'll answer them. Remember our grants. We have 3 grants every month. On the 4th of the month deadline, the 20th of the month deadline, and the 30th of the month deadline. So apply for those 3 grants. You could win one of each, and the tabs to apply are on the left for the grant giveaways. And Sabrina has training on workshops on the evening, weekly, and you'll see the links on the left-hand side. It's, you just sign up and be there, and that's a Zoom call, so you could go, and that's a good place to ask your questions and get help from other people and things like that. And when you're looking in here, yes, give encouragement to other people, help other people if you can. If you know anything that they're looking for, it's sort of open, for us to help each other, not only have the admin people help everything, because I get so much from the members. Oh, I just applied to this, look at that, and then I'll tell all the other members, yeah, kind of thing. So you could do that when you see somebody applying for something or done something, or you just want to share it to everybody. Let us know. Please share us what you think. Any good government opportunity like that, or a freebie or a grant or anything like that, share it with us, please. Yeah, we all need help. We all struggle in life. Life's a pain in the ass. That's why I try to have as much fun as I can, because you can go through this shit having fun, or go through this shit in pain. You're gonna have to put up with pain anyway, so you may have to create your own fun. Okay, I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks, guys.